In verse 28, Jesus addresses the people that worked hard at their religion, but they were burdened by it. The Jews added so much to God's law that was given by Moses that their law made a burden out of the smallest details of life. People were burdened with intolerable guilt because of the number of infringements of the law. Now, the law was written to expose our sin to us, but now they've added a lot more, and these people are feeling a heavy weight. Men of all ages experience the suffering of hard labor because they fear it won't be sufficient. They don't like it. They feel that they don't have an escape from it. Or maybe it's just plain hard because it has no meaning. The wheel of labor just turns forever. When you're under a burden like that, it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. Well, and this is true in any type of work, you know, a man's work, a woman's work, household task, you know, the monotony of it, same thing over and over again, and not seeing anything accomplished or any results. You know, rearing a family even. Just trying to be accepted in one's own environment. Most people carry the burden of guilt, conscious guilt of clear-cut sins, sins against God, sins of indifferences and rebellion against God, sins of imagined guilt, sins from lying. You know, who wants to bring confusion to what belongs to God? But that's how we do it. Jesus invites all who labor, who feel these burdens, to come to him and transfer all of it to him. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 24. You remember the example of the yoke? In Jesus' day, a man would bring his ox to a carpenter, and they would measure its shoulders, and then they'd make the yoke to fit it. And the oxen were yoked together to pull the load. Now, can you imagine how those oxen would feel if they suffered a yoke that didn't fit right? Like wearing a bad pair of shoes even. Well, you and I were made for God, to be yoked together with him. And Jesus says that we can be sure that every yoke made by him is going to fit perfectly. He made a yoke for each one of us, and it is going to be adjusted perfectly for his purpose that he created us for.